moving forward when the Holy Spirit speaks. Welcome to another video of Keep Moving Forward when the Holy Spirit speaks. I'm your co-host. All the co-hosts, all of us, because we all do stuff. And the co-host, the Holy Spirit. We just talked about for the Holy Spirit for being in the building today. That's what I'm talking about. And today in general, what you'll be getting on this particular series is that we're talking about how to apply kingdom principles in everyday life. The things that seem the hardest for us to do, but with the Holy Spirit on our side, we can definitely get through it one step at a time. So today we will be talking about something that's near and dear to my heart, is when I basically had a situation and it was, I thought that I heard from the Lord and I was doing the will of God, but I really was not. Okay, so we're going to start there. And as I say all the time, I will be the interpreter for that of the Holy Spirit. And so I'm just going to go down of how it really went down for me when I started to actually ask this question to the Holy Spirit and see what actually ended up happening. But as always, I will bring my handy dandy notebook into the situation, because when I am having questions or conversations with the Holy Spirit, I like to bring it in so that we can know what's happening. He said, write the vision and make it plain so that he may run who reads it on tablets. So I want to make sure that I'm writing everything he said down. Okay, so let's get to it. So I had basically asked the Holy Spirit, very simple. I had said to the Holy Spirit, I said, in reference to this channel, like, what is it, at the time I had so many gifts and talents. And so I listed the gifts and talents I pretty much had. I started at one point saying that I was going to do, not motivation, I was going to do financial literacy. And so I had started a series on financial literacy. And then I was like, okay, well, that was something I wanted to do. I'm very good at it. Giftings and talents make room for you. So I was like, okay, let me do that. And then I said, okay, that wasn't something I was passionate about. So I said, let me do something else. And so I did motivational how-tos, and also like just letting people know, to continue to keep moving forward in different areas and seasons of their lives. And so I was just like, after a while, I was like, that wasn't pulling me into what it is. And one of the things the Lord said to me is, you just look at your gifts and talents. And I was like, when I asked him, I said, well, what did you want me to do? Because I thought this is what you wanted me to do. He said, you never came to me, use your gift and your talents because you thought it would make room for you, but you didn't ask me exactly what you should be doing in that moment. And I was like, well, I feel like I came to you. I mean, you give me these gifts and talents. I feel like we had this conversation. And so I was like, oh, I thought that what you had said, he said, I didn't necessarily tell you to do that. It was more so because I was using my gifts and talents because I thought that's what he wanted me to do. Okay, so let me tell you how I felt when he said that, because realistically, I was like, I thought I was listening to what you said, but technically he was right, because I don't remember ever going to him and asking him, hey, like, do you think I should do this? I was just like, oh, I think that because my gifts and talents made room for me, I'm going to do it. I think that I had the idea of what it makes sense. I was like, I think I got it together and I can't do it by myself. And I was like, okay, so that's what I was doing. I was doing it by myself. But the reality is that if he truly knows the plans that he has for me, then I'm going to trust the process and know that if he's telling me that I didn't listen to him and making this channel, that I know that I have to go back to him and say, hey, I messed up. I repented, because that's exactly what I did. And I said, well, what is it that you want me to do? And he basically said, in a nutshell, I want you to invite me into what it is you're doing. And so that's how we got back to where we are today. But as always. All right, so yes, the Holy Spirit was telling me, you remember what we were talking about in the book, and you were saying how, I just needed to follow what it is that you're telling me. And so I think based on all of that, it was easy for me to see that I was deceived in understanding that just my ways is not his ways and his thoughts are not my thoughts. So even though he gives me gifts and talents that you've given me over the years, it's making sure that it aligns to what he wants me to do in this season, so that I'm not deceived that I'm doing just my own thing, but really actually listening to what he's telling me to do. So on our next time of Keep Moving Forward when the Holy Spirit speaks, I I am your host. We'll take away all the hosts. We will see you next time with the Holy Spirit as we continue to keep moving forward when the Holy Spirit speaks.